All right, how's it going? Today we're at Ledges in Cuyahoga Valley National Park. We'll be shooting with the Nikon D80 today. And today's all about sunsets. Came here to get a good sunset. I was sitting in my house earlier today, and I was like, it is a beautiful day. And figured not a cloud in the sky. Might make for a cool sunset today. It's warm today. The tones are really warm. You look at the trees and everything, even, it's about an hour before sunset. Everything is very warm. Even at like noon today, just the tones felt warm. So maybe it'll be a good sunset today. So that's the hope anyways. So we're just going to hike around a little bit. Yeah, let's get it on. Let's go hiking, take some cool photos, come along with, and hopefully a good sunset. All right, so we haven't even left the parking lot, and we've already come across our first shot. Obviously, sun's right here. It's probably taking up half your screen right now. But what's really interesting to me is the sunlight that's coming through the trees, how that light is coming through the trees. You can take notice that, the trunk of the trees aren't completely blacked out. They're not completely a silhouette yet, but they just have a really warm shade and a really warm tone. And those are photos I love to take. I love warm shadows. We're shooting with a vintage 50mm 1.8, really cool Nikon lens. Love shooting vintage lenses on DSLR bodies or newer bodies. Really fun. Obviously, it's a little bright. We're going to shoot maybe 5.6. Actually, shoot like 8. Now, I'm going to shoot vertical here just because of the trees. Ooh. So these shadows are coming across really, really cool. Okay, so that's a really cool shot. So I'm going to back you up a little bit because I want to get a wider shot. I love the vertical shot because, as you can see, the trees are obviously shooting vertical. So usually when I'm shooting a subject where the main point of the subject, which in this case are the trees, are going vertical. So I feel like the photo always looks more natural in vertical when you're shooting a vertical subject. When you're shooting a horizontal subject that you want the viewer's eye to look back and forth, that's probably better for horizontal. I also like to take mind of, how it's feeling, how it's looking through my eye. Tones pretty warm. Not super warm though, honestly. On this right side over here, you can kind of see some cooler tones, but obviously that sun is shining through, and especially right here, right in the middle, where the sun's shining in the parking lot. So let's keep moving. All right, I came across this. Now, this has been here for a while on this trail, if you've ever hiked this trail. There's just a bunch of random picnic tables over here. But the light is shining pretty cool down there and making the shot real moody, which is what I like. Why do I find this photo interesting? Well, because why is there a bunch of picnic tables in the middle of the trail? That's why I find this photo interesting. You want things to look... I'm seeing an entirely different shot right now. Hold on. Okay, that was a dreamy-ass photo. Sorry if I went off camera a little bit right there. I feel like photos are interesting when you don't really know what's going on in them. So you're looking at this thing, and it's like, okay, it looks like a hiking trail. But why are these 100 picnic chairs sitting in the middle of them? This is the scenario where you want to shoot horizontal. Because it's like, you want the whole landscape of what's going on. You want the viewer to shift their eyes back and forth of like, what is going on? It looks like there's a trail over here and a bunch of picnic tables over here. New potential shot. There's some streaky clouds there, and they look amazing. Now, why I think this is going to be a good photo. Once, obviously, the vastness of the plains in front of me. 2, you have these two bodies of trees almost honing in of what's going to be my subject, which is going to be, appears to be some women on a picnic in the middle of the field. How cute. Maybe they're lovers, maybe they're friends, who knows? But they are conveniently right in the middle of my shot. And I think this is going to make for a sick shot. You know, you have this huge vastness of the fields and the sky and the trees. Then you're going to have these people just having a tiny little picnic at the bottom. Okay, that's not bad. So we're actually going to go a little lighter, just because it looks a little lighter through the eye. I think that's what's important, of like, shoot what you're actually seeing. You know, it might show up darker on your camera, but that's not how it looked like in real life. Like, the shadows aren't super dark, so let's make it look a little lighter, you know? Okay, I think that's a perfect middle ground there. The main overlook is right behind me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Boy, that light looks sexy. I was thinking the same thing. This is going to be a great shot, so, all right. So, test shot. Oh my God. We might just stay where we're at. I'm actually going to go down to 4 on the aperture. Bump it up to 80 on the shutter. And see what we look like. Oh my God, that looks incredible. I just watched these people walk over there. The light is lighting. So let's quit dilly-dallying and head over there. Holy. Okay, that actually might be a good one. One thing is, don't be afraid to get people in your sunset shots. Like, I just took a couple photos just testing my settings. And, you know, you have this couple laying there on the rocks. Like, dude, that's golden. Like, don't miss that. Like, that's part of your story. That's part of your photo. You know, that's part of what you're actually documenting. So don't be afraid to take photos of people, even if they're random strangers. So, moral of the story, don't be afraid to get people in your shots, because it makes your sunset photos way more interesting. Because nobody wants to see the same old sunset photo over and over and over again. Oh yeah, pretty sunset, cool, like, nobody cares. Like, do something that's a little different, you know? Also, for God's sakes, get as low as possible in your shots. Like, it makes almost every single photo look better if you just do that. Also, especially times where it's like, once you've already spammed your sunset, or times like right now where you're waiting for the sun to get a little lower, don't be afraid to look around. Like, you know, literally, if just by doing a 360, I can see like two different shots, and one's this tree right here. And it's like literally right over my left, the sun is hitting it. There's a reason why people like sunset photos. It's because the light is amazing. So use that light on things that it's shining on. An absolute gem. Absolute gem. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you look around when you're having a sunset. Don't just be glued on your sunset. So now I'm just gonna scan, walk around, take some photos, talk through them. Let's do it. Now, as you can see, and ooh, the sun went down for a sec. Oh my God, wait, this is money territory right here. We can get a little lighter on our shutter. So like I said, don't be afraid to get people in your shot. This is the perfect example. Now this old lady is looking at her phone, which isn't good for our shot. Another thing that is important to note when taking sunset photos, make sure you write down, or you talk to a camera, or you write down on your phone how everything is looking in the actual moment. Take notice of the tones, like where the sun's hitting, what are the shadows like? What tones are the shadows like? So when you're actually editing, it takes out over editing your photos or making your photos look like they didn't look in the moment. I'm seeing, just for my future self, when the sun hits any of the leaves, no matter far or away, it is a golden yellow. I mean, a true golden hour. And parts that aren't hitting, like the shadows that aren't hitting, are still a warmer tone, but they're almost cold. So something to take note of, once again, when you're editing your photos. How's it going?
Okay, happy summer.
Oh, won't be summer for long.
And my allergies in my head. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't have picked a better day to come out here.
Oh yeah, this is. But I've come here for a million years, and almost there used to be there were a million hammocks. And
Yeah.
there was mob around here.
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
Well, it was pretty hot today, so maybe that scared people away.
Yeah.
But couldn't have picked a better day. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
One of our last tips is don't be afraid to stick around until the end. You know, don't be afraid to stick around and get to blue hour or get to when it's complete darkness, because a lot of stuff can happen after the sun goes down over the horizon, and some really cool photos can be taken. All right, this right here is why you stick around till the end. It's almost 8:20. Sunset probably 15 minutes ago. Completely set. Probably the best color all night just popped up. Gotta stick it out till the end. Right as I recorded the last segment, I took this really cool photo of this couple. A lot of like high school couples here. Make sure you take a moment to put down the camera of your own. Stop taking photos and just take time to appreciate. Oh, an absolutely beautiful night. Sunset, not too shabby at all. Went through, took some cool photos, went through my thought process of taking those photos, because I feel like explain that side of photography that I feel like a lot of YouTube videos don't actually cover, which is the thought process. What angle do I pick? What am I thinking in this scenario? What do I think if, when I'm looking at a shot and it doesn't look like that through the camera? I'm no expert. I'm no master of photography. I've been taking photos for maybe 5 or 6 years, seriously for probably 3. I'm nowhere near a master, an expert, but I'm just learning as I go, and hopefully someone who's less experienced than me can learn some tidbits here and there, kind of like how I was kind of telling my process of taking photos of sunsets. And I think that's the key there too. Like, that's my process of taking sunset photos. That may not be the best process, I don't know, but it works for me, and I don't know, I feel like I get some good results because of those tips. So I'm just explaining my process and how I take photos. It's been a lot of fun. Plan on doing this again. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one.